A lot of the people here I've known since I was born.
Family has always been part of the story at Mama Maria in Boston's North End.
My mother's name is Mary, that's where we got the name from. I had to Italianize it.
John McGee bought the restaurant in 1988 after working there for a handful of years. He made the row house on North Square a destination for fine dining. John's daughter, Phoebe McGee.
I knew that I wanted to be working here. That was always my end goal.
That moment came much sooner than anyone expected or wanted. John ran Mama Maria until his untimely death from cancer in 2020. After, Phoebe, her sister Zoe, and their mother Layla decided to keep the restaurant, with Phoebe stepping into the role of manager.
It was just my dad's baby. He put passion into every little detail, so I thought if we just gave up on it with everyone here, that would be a tragedy to me.
Couple new additions.
But sometimes family is more than blood.
They know exactly how to put in a lesson from my dad, but also respect me for being me and teach me how to grow in that way as well.
She's working with and learning from veteran members of the Mama Maria team. Manager Mohammed Ben Mir has been here for decades.
This place is a family. They work so hard, all of us. It's not only me. We cannot build this place with one person. It has to be team, and we are a team.
Working in a restaurant, it's like being home. The swordfish, that is like a capered pasta with a puttanesca sauce.
Chef Julio Hernandez rose from dishwasher to head chef. He's crafting the iconic dishes Mama Maria is known for, including the ossobuco, and adding his own mark.
This is the best place to have learned because everyone really does care.
Family, culture, and the natural world, they all come together for Sam Nepali when he plays music. Nepali's instrument is the sarangi, a traditional stringed instrument used throughout South Asia.
It's one piece of wood, and it have a 4-string as in a violin, played especially with your nail, touching at the edge of strings.
Nepali came to the U.S. in 2014, first living in Boston and later moving to Manchester, New Hampshire. He learned music and the sarangi from his father and grandfather in his native Nepal.
We have been keeping this music for more than 5th generation.
His grandfather, Magar Kaza Nepali, created and played music at a time when it had a dual purpose, entertainment and information.
When there was no television, there was no news, the musicians who play instrument, they were known as a messenger. He was the one who had bring his music to the village.
Nepali was just 5 when he started playing alongside his grandfather.
I used to hold a small sarangi, my grandpa used to hold a big sarangi. I started to laugh because he said, oh, it looked like exactly me and you. Sani, Sani.
Nepali's father, Ram Saran Nepali, was an accomplished sarangi player as well. Nepali still carries his father's appreciation for the natural world.
So he wanted to always play music from the nature. I think that's the gene I have, so. He was playing a concert from a mountain, and I was saying, why from a mountain? He said, the nature have given us so much, and we need to give back.
Now he's passing the music on to a new generation. Both of his sons are performers. In 2018, he received a teaching artist grant from the Massachusetts Cultural Council.
Sometimes I feel the keeper of tradition, if we forget all the roots, then we forget ourselves.
Sam Nepali has played for patients in hospitals and also practices sound healing, which he learned in Kathmandu. Now back to Mama Maria, Phoebe McGee says the restaurant continues to pride itself on its all-Italian wine list. She thinks her dad would have loved the outdoor dining area the restaurant had in North Square the past few summers.